What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is. I hope you guys had a great day today. On that note, today in sunny Southern California, it's been a brutal rainy weekend / rainy day today. Finally, the sun has come out. We're gonna have a little sunshine this afternoon, and I think it's supposed to clear up for the next few days, so that's a plus. But as you all know, with Mother Nature, you never know really what's gonna happen. It's all, up to Mother Nature what she wants to do. So we don't know how the weather will be or what kind of things I can get into or what I will do for the remainder of the week. As you already know, I'm usually not big of a planner these days. I don't really plan anything. I kind of look it up the day of and say, hey, I'm going to do this today. Or there's certain locations, I have a list of things that I want to see or visit or go to, which is, I go and pick one out and see what that consists of and if I would like to do that day. But let's kick this off. Today is going to be another confessional. This is going to be confessional number 2. I don't know if you watched confessional number 1, but if not, I will post a link right over here. Feel free to go watch confessional number 1. The theory or purpose behind the confessional is just to give you guys a personal thing that happened in my life, something that I want to talk to you, more of having a heart-to-heart with you. So that's pretty much what it'll be. I don't really give you a message or a purpose or anything along those lines. I'm just expressing my feelings towards an event or an experience in my life that I feel people will learn from, or it helps to hear that someone other than yourself have experienced similar issues and that you can grow from it. Today's confessional is about abuse. Just like females experience abuse, males experience abuse too. And I feel like no matter what gender you are in this world, whether you're an adult, a child, an animal, things experience abuse in this world. So I don't think that you can specify on the kind of person you are, or whether you're a male or a female, or whether you're a good or you're a bad person. Sometimes we are in these situations that are, I don't want to say out of our control, but in some cases it is out of your control. If you're a child, there's certain things that you fear and you can't do at that time. I have a lot of guilt from the abuse, thinking about abuse, because 1, I've been an abuser, and 2, I've been abused. So I can't claim to have a reason for people not to dislike me or have their opinion about me, which is perfectly okay with me. As a child growing up, I experienced a parent go through a lot of abuse in fashions that were verbal and physical. And at a very young age, sometimes you don't understand things, and you don't really know how to protect an individual or how to take care of them, or there's a lack of understanding and processing things like that at a very young age. At the same time that I saw this and I was going through this, I also experienced physical, verbal, and sexual abuse along the same time frames. And it's something that it took many, many years to say out loud or say it in a way that I wasn't angry about it. And the reason I bring this up today is because, not for the purpose of telling you that it's a good or a bad thing. I'm trying to tell you guys that everybody experiences this issue. And I've been on the side of where it has happened to me. But I let it take over me. I let it suck the life out of me. I let it have a compartment in my heart, in my house, whatever you want to call it, figuratively. I built it a room in my house where I thought I could contain it, control it, and as long as I had the lock under lock and key, I wouldn't ever have to talk about it or experience it. But what I never realized throughout this period of time was that by having it in lock and key, it was controlling me, and I was no longer in control of the situation. So I built a lot of anger and resentment and didn't allow people to get close to me, or I hurt people that loved me deeply and dearly, and I pushed them away in ways that was inappropriate, and I verbally abused people and said things that I never should have said to certain people in my life. And recently, within the last 5 years, I think it really won the battle of taking over who I was, and for some reason I went through a downward spiral, and I couldn't control it anymore. It took a big bad event in my life to help me realize this, where I physically restrained a person and picked them up that I cared about very deeply. And I have a lot of regrets, and it's very hurtful to think about things like that, because I've always said I wouldn't hurt somebody that I cared or loved, and I did. And I don't do this for pity, because I don't deserve any pity. I do this because I want people to realize that bad things happen in life, and you need to be able to have someone to talk to and open up to, because holding it in didn't make it any easier. And in the long run, it made things worse for me. And I wish that I would have taken the time to take care of myself and love myself enough to want to fix things that I bottled up and I thought I could control and keep hidden forever. What I want you guys to take from this is that there's resources out there to help you, whether you have the money or you don't have the money, and there's options. And I know we all say we don't need the help and we're okay, and we think we can take care of it and have it under control, but the reality of it is sometimes we hold this for a very, very long period of time, and at some juncture in your life it's going to take over, and you're going to realize that maybe you keep making the same mistakes because you think you have it under control, but in reality you don't. And you're not the only person in this world to experience this, and you're not going to be the first or the last person. But if you're able to get the help you need and change, you can also show others and help others in their journey and moving forward, because you can be a person to lean on. You can learn to be a resource and help others understand that things happen and that there are resources to help you and that you're not alone. I'm going to put links below for people to go and see a lot of the different organizations that are helping and are trying to do things and help others that have gone through similar issues. Feel free to comment below if you have any recommendations or someone experienced this and has first-hand knowledge and they have great organizations that they support or volunteer for that you think would be useful to people, or blogs or resources outside of being able to go to office. I know if you're like me, you're afraid to go somewhere, you don't want to speak to someone, you don't want to talk to someone about things. And it took many years for me to get to this level where I'm at today. So it's okay if there's something to read, an article. Like sometimes people just need something to look at to trigger that, to want to try to change and to get the help that they deserve, and they need to become a better person and grow from this experience and be able to enlighten other people with their knowledge and their experiences and make the world a better place. I hope that if you're someone who's watching this who experienced this and you're afraid to go and talk to a therapist, get counseling, get any kind of assistance, that you realize that you're not alone and there's a lot of options out there in the world today, and it's something that you need to address and not be afraid of, because sooner or later you will arrive to a juncture in your life that you will either lose things that you truly care about and value, or you will realize that you've pushed everyone you've ever cared about away and you're all alone. And I don't wish that on anybody. So please feel free to comment with resources that you know and help other people out there, or if you know that's someone close to you that's currently experiencing similar issues, talk to them. Or I'm always here for anyone that needs any kind of help that I can, whatever I can provide for people. But get help in learning to accept yourself and knowing that you're not alone, I think will change your life forever. I don't know how to transition out of this or go to the next clip, but as always, be loving, caring, compassionate, respectful towards others. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Go out there and make somebody's day. There's always someone going through things worse than you are. And I know we always ask ourselves, why me? Why does everything happen to me? And that's our way of thinking in our mind. But let's try to be a positive influence, and one person at a time share love and happiness with the world and leave this place a better world for the future generations to come.